show, of course, me working, which I do every single day there, sitting there and kind of tool away, making either wire work, fiber work, do a lot of bead work, and then also bringing classes, so people come in and I teach and other people teach. The farmers market was started last year, and we've been doing really well. We have at least 6 or 7 main vendors. I'm the manager of the market, and I want to not only feature the farmers at the farmers market, but also musicians, artists, a lot of indie artists to come in and just set up, even plein air, if people want to come in and paint, and just be there for exposure. Bill Warmbrodt has a business called Northern Exposure. He has his framing, which has the matting, of course, and the woods that he uses, and they're from Pennsylvania. And he does photography himself, and he'll go out and take some absolutely phenomenal shots. He has a wonderful setup, and I have him on film doing more or less picking out mats and the framing corners, and looking what would work with a piece that he has done. Johnsonburg is a beautiful, picturesque town that still has a lot of its original passion and drive to continue what was started. And you can come in and you can get along with anyone right off the street. And really they will tell you over a cup of coffee, what their family is about, and and have that bond with you right away. I mean, you'll see that in our people, very friendly.
Hi, my name is Kurt Brakey, and I did my video on the athletic facilities here in Johnsonburg. We are very proud of our track and field facility complex. In Johnsonburg, our track was completed under the recent renovations at the high school. It's an all-weather surface, 6 lanes. It's used by the high school, and at night many people walk the track, and so it's used by community members. We also have a full concession stand located on the track. A modern weight room facility is also located where community members can also access that. We've recently refurbished 3 tennis courts, and we have a fine tennis team at Johnsonburg that use these courts, and also the community has access to those courts. While I was videoing, the Throwers Club, which practice frequently in Johnsonburg, were out working out. They participate regularly throwing the discus and the shot put and the javelin. Johnsonburg High School has been very successful in the throwing events at state track meet. We have recently had a 2-time state medalist, state finalist in the discus. A memorial field is a focal point in Johnsonburg. I think we have one of the nicest football facilities in the area. The field was, in the early 1900s, was actually a lake. In 1918, they received a grant from the existing paper mill to construct the field. I can't necessarily 100% confirm this fact, but I had heard that our bleachers were actually purchased from Penn State University. Back in the early 1920s. We play varsity football here, junior high football. We play our varsity soccer games here. It's a great history to our field. Coming out of the tunnel on a Friday night is one of the most thrilling things a young athlete can do. I've lived in Johnsonburg all my life. I'm a school teacher here, and I graduated from Johnsonburg High School. I played athletics here. I've coached here. I have been the athletic director here. There's real good people in Johnsonburg. There's a lot of pride here, and we're very proud of our community and growing up here. Not a whole lot of places I'd rather be.
My name is Cheryl Lahner.
And I'm Don Lahner.
We did our video about the glacier rocks in our backyard. We live on Dill Hill in Johnsonburg, and in our backyard is a large deposit of glacial rocks. And from history, what we read about is we may be the most southern point of the ancient ice age. It might be where it ended. And what's interesting about them is that back in the 1880s and the 1890s, the rocks were cut by stonemasons, and they were used for various buildings. And the most interesting part is some of the stones were used on an old railroad bridge in Harrisburg. We believe it's the old Pennsylvania Railroad Bridge. And we are able to go up into our backyard and find tools that they have left.
The rocks are big, and if you climb up through them, you can see where parts have been chiseled out, where there's actually steps chiseled right into the rocks. And there's a lot of the rocks they didn't take are still laying there, big piles of rocks. So we would take a metal detector up there and go through it, and we'd find chisels and wire ropes and chains and all kinds of tools.
We were always told that maybe if we dig, the rocks are underneath and we won't be able to put in a foundation, but they ended right in our backyard. So we have rocks that are larger than our home in our backyard.
Over the years, they've been named. I don't know them all, but there's Ridge Rock and Giant Rock and Lincoln Rock and Step Rock. We always tell people the rocks are free to take. If you want one, come and get it. You can take it home with you if you want.
There's a cave up in the rocks that I've never been in. And then one of the other rocks, if you can crawl through this one narrow opening, we were always told there were some Indian markings up there, but we weren't sure if they're ancient or someone just painted them. I love to live in Johnsonburg. I love the small town. It's a wonderful place to raise a family. You know, it's very children-oriented and a lot of strong family ties, so that's what I like about it.
I like living in Johnsonburg. I was born and raised here. I went to school here. I met my wife here. I've raised my family here. I enjoy it.
We really love Johnsonburg.
Yeah, we do.
And that's our town, Johnsonburg. A look at Johnsonburg, Pennsylvania through the eyes of the people of Johnsonburg. Support for our town, Johnsonburg, comes from Domtar Corporation's Johnsonburg Paper Mill, an industry leader since 1888, with a dedicated workforce producing environmentally and socially responsible paper products. Domtar serves the local community and businesses around the world from Elk County, Pennsylvania. From the Area Transportation Authority, providing reliable and safe public transit to riders across 6 counties, serving senior citizens, commuters, and the disabled, and stimulating business throughout the region. ATA, rural transportation for Johnsonburg and beyond. Additional support comes from the members of WPSU.